There I sat, sinking into the giant fluffy pillows of the couch that resided in my childhood living room, watching as the curtains blew in the cool wind of the sunny summer afternoon. A piece of paper blew off of the side table that sat in front of the large window. I'm young, 8 or 9 maybe. I stood up and walked over to the paper, an envelope. The clear window on the envelope read, Ridcorps, with my address and mother's name below it, as well as some of the information about the company. Ridcorps. I'd never heard of it before. I read on. Here for you when you're stuck with a sticky situation. Ridcorps. Maybe it was a company that helped to clean big messes or got rid of old furniture. My train of thought was interrupted by a loud beeping outside. I stood up straight and peered out of the window. A vehicle that had had the company name, Ridcorps, on the side of the truck with the same slogan and smaller text underneath, was backing up into my long, secluded driveway that was shielded by serene, wooded areas. I watched for a moment, as the driver jumped out of the front and walked around to the back of the truck, unlocking the door and heaving it open. That's when I noticed the blood trail on the floor. I followed it out of the living room into the hallway and into the foyer. There on the floor was me, crumpled and laying in a heap, sticky blood tangling my hair and pooling underneath my frail frame. Blood slowly ran in a stream from my head. I had been bludgeoned. Then my mom walked into the open hall, pulling the large rug that we used to use in the living room behind her. She couldn't see me. Her hands were bloody and she left red footprints with every step she took. She laid out the rug and picked up my small body, blood dripping onto the white tile floor. There was a knock on the door and she jumped, turning toward the source of the noise. Just a minute, she called. Ma'am, I'm with Ridcorps. We received a request from this location, the voice answered, muffled behind the door. Yes, I'm almost done. She laid me down without a care of how I landed and began rolling the rug around me. She walked over to the door, heels clicking on the tile. She opened it up and greeted the man with a smile. 9-year-old female, correct? The man asked. And that's when I sat up in bed, in a cold sweat, tears streaming from my eyes. I'm at my computer now, typing this. It's 3 a.m., and I don't even know where that crazy nightmare came from. That was in my old home. We moved when I was 10, and my mom died when I was 12. Bludgeoned. She was found in the same way I found myself in my dream. Am I projecting? I really don't know. As far as I remember, she was never nice to me and had a disdain for me, so maybe that event could have happened. I'm going to do some research on the company Ridcorps, see if it's real. But now it's really late and I have work in the morning, so I'm going to go back to bed and I'll do some Googling tomorrow. I'll post my findings in the replies and answer as many questions as I can. Stay tuned. Updated post. Hey everyone, it's now the next day after work, and during my lunch break I did a little bit of research. It's not just me that's had a dream like this. At first when I googled Ridcorps, not much came up, but after I started putting things in like company and dream behind it, I got tons and tons of results, all about people who had very similar dreams to mine. It would start in their childhood or current home, depending on if they lived where they grew up, and then they would notice a blood trail, follow it, go to their own dead bodies and find someone knocking on the front door and announcing themselves as Ridcorps employee. Not everyone saw the truck, not everyone found the envelope, not everyone was killed by a parent, but the person that they were killed by was always someone in their life who had died when the person experiencing the dream was young. I also noticed with everyone that had found an envelope, it was always open. I sent a message to someone who had the dream to see if I could talk to them about their experience. I'm waiting for a response. I'll keep you posted.